What's up? This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, and I'm very pumped about my next guest. On the phone line is comedian Ben Glieb. What's up, dude?
How you doing, Ryan? What's going on, dude?
I'm doing good, man. And this is the first thing I want to ask you, just a thing that I've been thinking about. In this weird climate in 2017 where we get offended by everything, is there a part of you that gets nervous when you go up there and do comedy? Is there a part of you that gets nervous that you're going to offend people? Or do you basically go up there, man, and just do what you do and hope for the best? Or is there a part of you that gets nervous about the fake outrage that somebody might film your comedy and take it out of context?
I'm pretty free up on stage, but it is definitely unavoidable these days that people do really like to get mad for all kinds of things, and it's just on my head a little bit when I'm posting stuff online, and very rarely on stage. Though on stage, it's the one place I'm still pretty darn free. I think people understand you're free associating on stage sometimes, and you're not meaning to offend. Just a little different than like a written post, even though sometimes I'm tweeting drunk or stoned, and that doesn't help my case either. So, it's sort of a mixed bag because people do get upset. But generally speaking, I haven't been too attacked by anybody. I think people understand my intentions pretty much. But it's not. It definitely is a changed landscape.
So how did you get the gig to work on GSN? How does that process go? Do you immediately get it? Is there a lot of tryouts? Is there a point where you think you might not even get it and then you finally get the call back? How does that all go down?
That was a pretty awesome one because they basically just offered it to me. I'd done some things on GSN over the years, and then they were looking for a host for the show they're developing called Idiot Test. And they told me they had a show in mind for me, and I thought it was BS, and then they asked me to host a conference room run-through. And so I was on vacation in New York, and GSN's in L.A., their office where this was taking place. And so I actually turned it down. I was taking a rare vacation, and I said, forget it, I'm not going to come back and never lead anything. And then I said, last minute, I'm like, all right, I'll fly back. And I flew back for 12 hours to L.A. just to host this run-through on no sleep, after sleeping in the middle seat on an airplane, on a red eye, and it went so well, and they picked up 40 episodes just from that conference room run-through that didn't even ever make a pilot or anything. That was pretty incredible. But they did still keep me on the wire for a while, even after it went so well, and they picked up the show. I'd run into some GSN execs like a month later, and they said, you're amazing, we want you to host this show, but, some of the brass is still considering whether we should hire a bigger celebrity or not. And I was like, well, if you guys decide against that, I'm right here. And they decided to give it to me. So it was just that one conference room run-through. It led to 4 seasons and 210 episodes.
Would you say that was your big break? Have you had a big break yet, or are you waiting for it in 2018? Where would you say you are at in comedy?
Man, it really just depends what perspective you're asking that question from. I think I've had a lot of big breaks over the course of my career. The Real Wedding Crashers was a big one when I was chosen to star in an NBC show in 2007. But it was taken off the air pretty quickly, and so it wasn't the big break I hoped for. But it made me a leading man as far as being able to helm a show. And so, be one of the lead people on the show, so that really did something towards that. And then Chelsea Lately came along, and I was on that show for 7 years and did over 100 episodes on the Round Table on E, and that was the big break as far as making me sort of a quote-unquote celebrity of some degree, that got me, known, recognized in the streets often. But still, I wasn't like, the leading guy, the head guy. I'd never been a host of my own show that I was, the only talent on. When Idiot Test came along, and that I think is what probably is like my biggest break, definitely my biggest break so far. It made me like really well known in certain circles and proved that I could, just with my own talent alone, not with 3 other comics around me, carry a show and make it something people really liked. And but I'm definitely waiting for that next big break. I'm looking to do big new stuff, and I'm developing some shows right now, and hopefully the next thing will be
Has there ever been like this time where you thought and you had your mind on this, you were just so excited about this opportunity and then it didn't hit you? Have you ever been real down on yourself, like when you think you have this big chance, but then they go with a different person? Or are you the type of guy where you just sort of, you don't let it get to you and then you just keep on grinding, as they say?
I just don't let it get to me too much and keep on grinding. It definitely affects you in your brain when things don't go the way you want it, and it makes you a little bit concerned about where the next gig is going to come from. But all it does for me is just spurs me on to work a lot harder and know that I have to now, triple down on my efforts to make that next thing happen. So in some ways it makes me just more confident when things go that way. But it is a little scary for sure, because this entertainment industry is one of the few jobs that has like absolutely zero job security.
I heard you on the Riz show out in St. Louis, and what they asked you, and you answered for them, was that it finally feels good to make more money, but then when you make more money and you buy a house, you then are in charge and responsible for more things. Is that a blessing or a curse? Do you like having more money but having to deal with more things, or is there a part of you that misses the carefree days? How does it go for you?
There's a part of me that misses it for sure. I think it's always nice to look fondly on your past if you enjoyed it. I definitely did. I had a blast. But given the options, I guess I would prefer to make more money. But the key is then you have to keep making more money, so it adds more pressure. My nut is just raised quite a lot, so I need to, scramble as fast as I can with my head down and focused and try to get that next gig going.
Well, that would make sense, because it seems like you never know in comedy when your gig's going to end. So it seems like if you're in comedy especially, it's one of those jobs where you need to save money and put it on the side, because you never know when you might have a slow period. I'm not a comic, but that's how it seems like it is. You know what I mean?
100% true, and I, didn't do that probably as well as I could have. So I'm doing fine. I definitely got some money saved, but it's not enough of a coffer to last me indefinitely. So I can't sit on my ass right now. I gotta move,
So why should people come out and see you this weekend as you're opening up your tour here in town in Tampa Bay? Why should people come out? What is some of the humor that you bring to the table, and why should they come out?
Oh man, because you should only come out if you enjoy laughing your ass off for an hour, really hour and a half, because my opener should be pretty hilarious too. But if you want to laugh your ass off for an entire hour of my set, I always deliver. It's what I pride myself on. I bring material to crowds that just keep them rolling pretty much the entirety of an hour. If you want to laugh straight for an hour, something you rarely will do watching a TV show or a movie. Maybe occasionally if you're, partying with friends, you get to that point of constant laughter. But you will laugh consistently hard. And some jokes that make you think, some jokes that make you look at things from a new perspective, but more than anything, you will just laugh your butt off, and I think that appeals to you. Go right now to Glieb.com, Gleib.com, my website, and get tickets, because it will be a very fun time.
Well, dude, thanks for coming on the show. It's been a lot of fun having you on, and I know you will kill it this weekend at Side Splitters Comedy Club.
I love that. Thanks so much for having me, Ryan.
Thank you, Ben. Have a good weekend, my man.
Hoppe Hour.